You think you're in control of every decision you make. But right now, someone, a friend, a partner, even an ad on your phone, could be pulling invisible strings in your brain, and you'd never even notice. These aren't just toxic behaviors. They're precision-engineered psychological triggers. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how they work, so you never fall for them again.
Manipulation isn't magic. It's neuroscience. Every tactic on this list exploits a weakness hardwired into your brain, one manipulators have learned to trigger on command. Here are the 7 tactics your brain falls for, and the science behind why you can't help it.
Tactic number 1, guilt tripping. Someone makes you feel responsible for their pain, even when you did nothing wrong. Here's why it works. Your brain is wired to avoid guilt at almost any cost. Guilt activates the same brain regions as physical pain. So when someone makes you feel guilty, your brain doesn't just feel bad, it feels threatened. Your fastest way to make that threat disappear? Give in. Manipulators know this. Guilt tripping doesn't feel like an attack. It feels like your own.
Tactic number 2, love bombing. Overwhelming affection, gifts, and attention right at the start. It feels incredible. And that's the problem. Excessive praise floods your brain with dopamine, the same chemical released by winning money. When dopamine floods your system this fast, it hijacks your judgment. You stop noticing red flags, not because they're not there, but because your brain is too busy chasing the next high. Love bombing isn't romance. It's a dopamine trap disguised as passion.
Tactic number 3, the silent treatment. Being ignored feels unbearable, and there's a biological reason why. Social rejection activates the same brain regions as physical pain. Being frozen out doesn't just hurt emotionally. Your brain processes it like an injury. Manipulators use this as punishment. Stay quiet long enough, and you'll do almost anything to end the silence. Not because you did something wrong, but because your brain is desperate to stop the pain.
Tactic number 4, gaslighting. Repeatedly telling you that what you remember, saw, or felt simply isn't true. Your memory isn't perfect. It's reconstructive, meaning every time you recall something, your brain rebuilds it, and it can be subtly altered. Gaslighters exploit this. Say something false enough times with enough confidence, and your brain starts doubting its own reconstruction. Eventually, you stop trusting your own perception and start trusting theirs instead.
Tactic number 5, false urgency. Only 3 left in stock. Offer ends tonight. Scarcity hijacks your fear response. When your brain senses limited time or supply, it treats the situation like a survival threat, triggering fast, emotional decisions instead of slow, rational ones. That's why you buy things you don't need, or rush decisions you'd normally sleep on. Urgency isn't information. It's a trigger built to bypass your logic.
Tactic number 6, the reciprocity trap. Someone does you a small favor, and suddenly you feel like you owe them. This is one of the strongest social rules wired into the human brain. People agree to requests far more often after receiving even a tiny, unsolicited favor. Manipulators give first. A compliment, a gift, then cash in that debt later when you're least prepared to say no.
Tactic number 7, anchoring bias. The first piece of information you receive becomes a reference point your brain can't fully escape, even when it's irrelevant. A manipulator states an extreme demand first, knowing it's not realistic. Then their real request suddenly feels reasonable by comparison. You didn't agree because it was fair. You agreed because your brain was anchored
before you even had a chance to think it through.
So, how do you protect yourself? You can't turn off these brain responses. They're built in. But you can slow down. Before you agree to anything that feels urgent, guilt-driven, or too good to be true, pause. Ask yourself, am I reacting or am I deciding? That single pause is often enough to break the spell these tactics rely on. Manipulation isn't about being weak-minded. It's about being human. And manipulators know exactly which buttons to press. Now that you know how they work, they don't work on you the same way anymore. If this helped you, hit subscribe. Next time, I'm breaking down the tactics manipulators use specifically in relationships and how to spot them before they even start.